Welcome to the Litany of Catholic Martyrs for May 9th. As Catholics, we are assured of a constant thread of over 2,000 years of tradition and moral teaching. Excuse me. Within this thread are those who have sacrificed their lives through the shedding of their blood for the faith and for Holy Mother Church. On this day, May 9th, we remember these martyrs, and whom, through their sacrifice, have aided in the growth and stability of the Holy Catholic Church. As the Catholic Catechism states, number 2473, martyrdom is the supreme witness given to the truth of the faith. It means bearing witness, even unto death. The martyr bears witness to Christ who died and rose, to whom he is united by charity. He bears witness to the truth and of the faith and of Christian doctrine. He endures death through an act of fortitude. Quote, "Let me become the food of the beasts, through whom it will be given me to reach God," unquote. So I offer this story by Bishop Fulton Sheen, who I guess now is going to be able to be moved to Indiana, where he was born, Peoria, or maybe it's Illinois. I'm not sure, Illinois or Indiana, but New York can no longer keep him. So I offer this story. He explained that when the communists took over China, they imprisoned a priest in his own rectory that was near the church. After being locked up in his own house, the priest looked out the window and was horrified to see the communists enter the church. Once inside, they went into the sanctuary, broke open the tabernacle, and in a hateful act of desecration, threw down the ciborium, scattering the hosts on the floor. The priest knew exactly how many hosts had been in the ciborium. There were 32. When the communists left, they either didn't notice or didn't pay attention to a small girl praying in the back of the church who saw everything. That night, she returned and, slipping past the guard at the rectory, I guess he was the guard and the priest, entered the church, where she made a holy hour, which was perhaps for the reparation of the desecration she witnessed earlier that day of the Blessed Sacrament. After her holy hour, she went into the sanctuary, and kneeling down, she bent over and received Jesus in the Holy Communion with her tongue, since it was not permissible at the time for laymen to touch the sacred host with their hands. Each night the girl returned to the church to make her holy hour and receive Jesus in Holy Communion on her tongue, just as she did the first night. On the 32nd night, after having consumed the last host, she accidentally made a noise that awoke the guard who was asleep at his post by the priest's residence. From his bedroom window, the priest could only watch in horror as a heart-rending scene unfolded before his very eyes. The girl tried to run away, but the guard caught up with her, and he beat her to death with the butt of his rifle. In union with that act, and all the acts of all the martyrs, is the following list of those the Church asks us to remember today. At Nazianzus, the birthday of St. Gregory, bishop and doctor of the Church, who was surnamed the Theologian because of his remarkable knowledge of divinity. At Constantinople, he restored the Catholic faith, which was fast waning, and repressed the rising of heresies. We could use him today. At Rome, St. Hennas, mentioned by the Apostle St. Paul in the Epistle to the Romans, generously sacrificing himself, he became an offering acceptable to God, and adorned with virtues, took his departure for the heavenly kingdom. In Persia, 310 holy martyrs. At Callio on the Flaminian Road, the Passion of St. Gerontius, Bishop of Servia. In the Castle of Windisch, the decease of St. Beatus, Confessor. At Constantinople, the translation of the Apostle St. Andrew and the evangelist St. Luke out of Achaia, and of Timothy, disciple of the blessed Apostle Paul from Ephesus. The body of St. Andrew, long after, was conveyed to Amalfi, where it is honored by the pious concourse of the faithful. From his tomb continually issues a liquid which heals diseases. At Rome also the translation of St. Jerome, priest and doctor of the Church, from Bethlehem of Judah to the Basilica of St. Mary of the Manger. And at Bari, in Apulia, the translation likewise of the Holy Bishop Nicholas, from Myra, a town of Lycia. These men and women offered the greatest of sacrifices. They offered their blood for the Church, for the faith, for Jesus, for the Trinity, and for you and me. Through their blood the Church grew, and it continues to grow. Remember them today in your prayers. Remember when you run across something bad, something happens to you, somebody cuts you off in traffic. Remember these men and women and know that our lives are blessed no matter what troubles we come across. God bless you. Thank you for listening, and have a good day.